Hi, Angela here with Dogwood Paper Arts, coming to you from Sweet Home, Oregon. Nice little place in the foothills of the Cascades, and we're working on ephemera for a future journal about lavender, and it is Stemperia Province. I'm using the 12 by 12. I'm making mostly ephemera, and I'm trying to keep the rest of the book simple, except for the ephemera and the pockets. So, in other words, the book is going to be a lot of tea-dyed or coffee-dyed or avocado-dyed papers. Right now, I am using, what is her name? It'll be down in the description box where I bought my paper this time, so that I can just kind of talk about one person here that I bought paper from, and it was in the other two videos, and I just don't know where that stuff is at right now. So moving on, this is where I'm at, and let me show you where we left off. Let me send you out just a little bit. Okay, so we left off on this little booklet, and I went ahead and finished that. I just used embroidery floss in here and let it fray. I put in a couple little pages of different sizes and used the Tim Holtz cutter on the edges of the avocado dyed papers. And then, well, that's about it. Then I have this one. It needs to be sewn in to the signature here. So we have that one to sew in. We have scraps to toss. And we have this one that I'm working on now. I was going through all my little bits and pieces of lace, and I saw that I had this little piece of what is now a snippet. So we're going to use that at the top here and make a little snippet on top of this one. So before we do that, we need to set our timer and say go. So this booklet's a little bit different because it's taller than the other two, and let me just show you the difference here. So this one's about 3/4 of an inch taller, maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4. And let's see what else. That's why this one's going to have a snippet on it, is because it needed something to kind of dress it up a little bit. So this one won't have the little pockets inside like the other two do. Oh, right here. That's just a 12 by 12 piece, not 12 by 12, obviously not, Angela. It's a 12 by 3 3/4 inch piece of paper, folded in half, and then I folded in the pockets to fit. Perfect. Oh, don't put that up there. I'll never remember it. I'll never remember where it went or even how it got there. I'd have to go back and look at my video and see where I put it. So tried to get in to get my hair done, and I couldn't. Her shop is closed right now. So, and then because it's having to be closed because of the you-know-what, she got exposed to the virus, so she's on quarantine. She does not have it. She tested negative. but because she was exposed directly to the COVID, she has to quarantine. So anyway, I can't get in until after Christmas. Can you imagine that, when you're hating your hair and you can't get in until after Christmas? Well, that is very discouraging, I say. Okay, so do we want the purple out here or this purple out here? Oh, the other. Okay, made up my mind on that one. First I'm going to glue this down, but I think I need something behind it. I've been putting a lot of music on these, and I know I have a piece of music here somewhere. Where did my music go? It's hard to say. Let's start by getting rid of this book, and we'll put it over there on the kitty tower. Here we go, some music. So I've just been tearing off little pieces to place under, and that's a good place for it. I'm trying to be quick with my decisions and not fuss too much. That'll be the day. I do kind of fuss over things a little bit, but you know, if we're going to put our heart and soul in these things, we might as well fuss over them. But I really am trying to make just some quicker decisions with this one. I think I need to put that the right way up. I don't care if it hangs over the edges. I kind of want it to be a little eclectic. Just kind of, I don't know, you know, just kind of unique for, I'm trying not to be fussy, which for me is, it can be difficult because I always think I need to, you know, keep going and make it look a little more like this or a little more like that. Okay, so there are those. Is there anything else we need back there? Not that. Here's a tiny piece. Let's take it. Let's do a tiny piece. Teeny tiny. And I think we'll put it right there. On the edge a little bit. Okay, now we need something, maybe just something up there. Oh, here's Luigi. He's coming in. Gonna check us out. See if we got anything for him to chew on. Oh, here's my music. Look. Okay. Kind of looks like a bow tie sitting up there, doesn't it? I don't think it's music I want there. You know, you kind of look at it and you're like, nope, that's not it. That's not the one. Oh, I have some of these old papers from Rachel. Oh gosh, this paper is so beautiful. Get out of there, kitty cat. I'm not sure where he went. darn cat. This paper, I save all the pieces on. It is just so beautiful. It feels good. It tears wonderful. So I save all the little bits and pieces in my Rachel collection drawer. And just look how that tears, you know. It's just beautiful. It's a tough little paper too. It must have fabric in it of some kind. So I'm just going to put that right up there at the top, and the little snippet's going to go on top of it, and maybe some of it will show or maybe it won't. I really don't know yet. Let me give Luigi back his tower. Right now I have all kinds of goodies in his tower. Just a minute. Come here, Luigi. If you're going to chew on everything, your mommy's going to have to kick you out. There you go. Well, cleaning out his tower did not work because he just was so busy chewing on everything that he needed to go. He needed to leave. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here. And we'll apply a snippet. There we go. Hang on just 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Here we are. And this mat is really a mess. Okay, let's finish grunging this up a little bit. And let's get this. Okay, I put my needle up there. That's good. I was a good girl. Put my needle where it belongs. We gotta wait. Yeah, it is going to cover that right up, isn't it? Oh well, and so it goes. That's okay. Now, my idea here is that perhaps I would just kind of mush things on there. Is it okay if we mush? I think maybe we'll put that one there. Just like that. And then we have this one. Let's lay it on there. And I know it's going to stick up a little bit, and you know, really that is okay with me. I don't, you know, that's not going to bother me at all. But this is going to give me a way to use up some of my pieces that are, you know, that I'm storing so that I can make more room for more things. You know how we are. We need a little room for this, a little room for that. I don't care if it looks messy. Messy's fine. Just kind of going with the flow. Oh, there's another little snippet right there, so we'll just stick it down. And find my towel. I'll put that in my lap. Now, something right there. So, I think it needs like a butterfly or something. So, let me get my little drawer out here. I'll put my glue over there. Here's one of these butterflies that I cut out of book page. He doesn't really show up very well, does he? He would need a color behind him, and I don't have a purple cut. But that doesn't mean I can't make something purple. Let's find out if we can make something purple. Can we or can't we? Sorry, I had to mess with my mic there. That probably made some cranky noise. Okay, let's see. Purple. Seedless grape. What did I do with them? That sounds like the power company's here. Oh no. Oh no. They were not in the neighborhood that we know of yesterday. Of course, I had to go get my eyes done. And they dilate them, you know. And then I got this really, I had it before I left, but really serious temple pain in my left temple, and this is not the right butterfly that goes with this one. So, we break open the drawer again. And we look for the correct butterfly. That's not it either. Let's see. This one? Yes. Okay, let's put that up there. Okay, so we did the color on that one. We just need an outer butterfly. Let's try this one. So anyway, I had my eyes dilated. That was not any fun. I don't like it. I had to borrow my husband's sunglasses because I forgot to take mine. So we had a beautiful, bright, shiny day yesterday, so he had to drive without his sunglasses. Halfway home, he finally was like, "You gotta wear these, Ange," because I was probably moaning and groaning. Oh. Anyway, just came home and relaxed and listened to YouTube. Didn't really watch it, but I listen to a bunch of different YouTubers, and that was nice. Oh, sorry, out of camera. I'm out of focus. That's what it is. My eyes are still out of focus. There. I think we'll go with that. I think maybe we'll go around the edge of the butterfly. Should go around the edge with some glitter. Or maybe I should have went around it with a little bit of black. Then it might have really shown up. Okay, let's try that. So these are cut out with Tim Holtz butterflies. Thinlet dies or whatever they're called. So I'm just going to apply that right on there. I know it doesn't match up perfectly, but you know, it's okay. I kind of want it not to. Just going to do a little bit of these. Squish it on there so that it lines up with its counterpiece and kind of lays down a little bit. I don't need the whole thing to be adhered, although that looks good when it does. It's going to go flat in the book anyway. And what it really needs now are some antennas. And let me see here. I have some antennas stuck to my fingers. What it needs is two of those right there. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to stick it right on the back because the back is going to get glued down anyway. And I'm just going to somehow get these on there. Once I get them on, I can clip them so that they're the right length. And he could be a frontwards backwards butterfly, or we could clip those ones off the back. I think we'll clip them. And there we go. And there it is. Nice little butterfly. Now we'll need some more of this to apply it. I did not need to apply it up there. So let's come back here and remove that glue that we don't need. And if we need to, if it stays a little sticky because of the ink or something, we'll just go over it with a little bit of cornstarch and that'll take it away. There we go. What do you think? It's flying away. Okay, so we have that. Put those butterflies back in the butterfly drawer, or the nature drawer. Now, let's put a pin back in this. And let's put a pin back in this. If we can do it without stabbing ourselves. And we need a little edge on there. On one I did lace. This one I put this up here, and I'm just going to put a bow out here on the outside with some ribbon. And that is the wrong color of ribbon. We could use it. It would match with this. Or we could find our purple. And we have a light purple and a bright purple. Guess we'll go, well, I would kind of like it to match a little bit better. Maybe we will use one of these. Why not? There we go. And I can see a reflection of the needle there somewhere. Just going to maybe thread this through here. And I'm going to find the center. I only have 3 pages in here because we have to put ephemera in there, and so we don't want to fatten it up too much because we already have the fat up here on top. And so we will start with the center hole. But the bow will be on the outside. Yeah, that's about right, I guess. Then we'll come back to here. Now, we've got to twist that so that it lays a little flatter on the inside. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of crunched up in there. So I'm going to go clear down to here. And because I don't have pre-punched holes, I am kind of bending my little booklet to and then we want to straighten it out a little bit there. And then we want to go back through here. You don't want to go through your ribbon, because if you do, it's not going to tie. And that is a little more crooked than I wanted it to be. So, which one is it? This one? You just kind of have to twist it around and hope you get the right one, and I guess I did. It doesn't have to be super flat, just kind of a little bit flattened in there. And let's see, should it be a bow or just I'll do that. Guess it'll be a bow. Okay. I am going to put a little bit of glue in there to hold that knot. There we go, and we'll trim that off later. I should do like Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah does. She sits on hers and flattens them out. That's a pretty cool idea. Okay, so that's over there. Now this one. And we do not have any paper for this one yet. Here is one. Here is two. Going to make it just slightly bigger so that I can trim that edge with the Tim Holtz, or trim it with a scissor or something. And then the bottom needs to be trimmed just slightly. I have noticed that my cutter is getting a little dull since I've been using it so much. So I don't know what the answer is, except for I might try to cut a piece of foil with it and see if I can sharpen it back up. Okay, so there's those. And then I have all these little pieces, but we might save those for something else. Let's see. So I'm going to need a new piece of paper. And Tim Holtz cutter. To trim a little off the top to give it that jaggedy edge. And I don't want to make these too fat, like I said, because they're already fat enough with the outside having the decoration on it. And the inside of the journal should have plenty of writing space, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. Oh, they're a little short, aren't they? So it looks like I maybe need to make a little longer one. This. So we will go one at the bottom. Let's do it this way. One at the top, one at the bottom. That'll kind of even them up a little bit. And we won't use that one right now. And then this will go right here, like that. And oh, we're going to tie this one in, or not tie it, but put this on the binding of the edge. So we need to open that back up. And we need a little bit of, what's this? Oh, this is that heavy duty thread. Do I want to use it? Just to use it up? Why not? Why not, she says. Well, we don't need that knot in there. Why did I do that? I don't know. I guess so I could bring it all the way in, but see, you don't need to do that with this kind. But that'll stop it from going through, won't it? Will stop me from messing it up. The curved needle works really good when you're binding books the other way. Hope I'm recording. There we go. Now let's go to the outside. And we're going to apply this to this side. Or maybe this one, because it's not raggedy on both sides either. This one will get raggedy. It only needs to be so long. We'll cut it off after. Okay. Want to fray this just a little bit, so we'll just pull some threads out there. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. What a mess, huh? Look at Angela make a giant mess. Okay. Not that glue. Yes, this glue. Put my needle up there. I'm going to put that needle up there too. I'm going to put my little curvy needle up there. I thought I was probably done with this glue, but I wasn't, was I? Nice thing about this glue, gluing the edge, is that it's going to glue down that thread and hold it in place. So we don't have to worry about gluing the inside at all. There we go. Oops. Don't need that on the outside of our card here, do we? Let's flip that over. Oops, wrong glue. And my towel. There we go. Cut this little piece off the end. And there we are. So, we have this little book, and this little book. And each one has a little bit of the embroidery floss on it. And of course, they're all made with the same outer paper. It's just the way it's turned. And the section of it is just a little bit different. So there we go. Hi, we're back. We have another half an hour, so I decided to continue the video for another half an hour, and we'll make these. I need to make one more of these. Actually, I need to make two more, but I have to cut out another piece like this. So I do want to make two, but for now we're going to just make one. And these are just a little dangle that's going to hang off the side of the journal. You can see I wove the chain around the beads, and then I added two little extra dangles of hearts. Let's see if I can show that to you better. There we go. And this is what the card looks like. And these are the clips that will go on the side of the journal. Let's find a book page. I keep folding these. We'll have enough to go on our journal pretty soon. So this just slips on the side of the page like this. And these are those paper clips that we had. So they'll just hang just like that. Okay. Alrighty. So what we need here is we have this, and I decorated up the front because I didn't like how dirty it got from my inking it up. I don't mind the back looking that way, but I didn't like this white square looking that way, so I covered it up. It was very easy to do, of course, as you know. So I just took some of this fraying fabric and kind of figured out approximately what I needed. And somewhere I have some scissors. And just tore a piece of that off. And pulled some of the extra fray out that was a little too fraying. And we will glue one of these down. Put my pin up there. And I wanted it to cover up this bow on the top. So I made sure that it got to the top. And then what did I do? Then I took a piece of music sheet . kind of measured it up there. About like this. And then I lightly went around it with my ink so that I'm not messing it all up like I did that. I had to slow myself down. And we're going to put that right on there. See if I can get that little bit of glue off right there. Okay. And then I took just this little piece of fabric. I think I will use this one. And I frayed it up a little bit. Let's see. I think I want to take it down just a little bit more right here. Just want to fray that up a little bit since it didn't want to tear really well for me right there. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. It's just a little bit smaller. Take some of that excess off. Bring some of that fray down. Just gently push that down on there. And then I have a flower that we will add to it after we get the dangles put on it. Okay, to make these dangles, we're going to need some chain. Aw, not tangled chain, Angela. I guess I should check my, yes, my speaker is working. My microphone is working. Okay. So we need I used a decorative head pin. It already has a bead source on the bottom. Now, sometimes these do break off, so you have to be a little careful with them. And I started with the chain, and I just left it on it's an old necklace. You'll need to remove this piece. And then just make sure that that piece is closed. If it's not closed, you can remove it and oh, I might have to get my other chain. This one might be too thin. Oh, there it goes. Perfect. I just strung that on there. Then I put on a little tiny pink glass bead. Do I need to bring you a little closer? Okay. Then I ran this clear up to the top with the chain and the bead. I left just a little space. And I put the chain on the eye pin again, on the head pin. Then after that I have a little heart. These are glass. It's just a little glass heart. Put that one on. Once again, I ran the whole thing back up to the top and left a little space there. And I wrapped the chain over the bead and onto the head pin. Maybe. There we go. And then what did we have next? We had the bigger purple bead. Oops, not that one. That one has a pin stuck in it. That one looks like it's a little bit damaged. Okay, run it all the way back up to the top again. And then I used a little round bead and put the chain over again. Just like that. And then I think, yeah. Then I let this go all the way back to the bottom. And I looked at my chain where I wanted my dangles to hang. And let's say I want one to come down to here, so I'm just going to cut my chain off right there. And then I came back up here. And hook the chain on again. And this time I cut the dangle just a little bit shorter. Make sure you get that extra little piece off of there. There we go. Okay, now we want to make a loop out of the top of this. And the way that you, before we do that, we need to find a little crystal bead. This one. I use this little tiny bicone bead. Now we're going to bend this clear over like this. This stays straight. This bends at an angle. Then you put your needle nose on there. And I didn't leave a lot of space on here, so that wraps around. Then you flip this around And slowly walk it around, but don't close it all the way. You're going to want to attach it to this little lobster clasp. Once it's on the lobster clasp, then go ahead and close that up, and you might want to tuck it just slightly into the top of the bead. Now if you're using glass beads, don't break your bead. Okay, so there's that dangle. Now we need to make the two bottom hearts. To do that, you'll need you'll just need to use the flat head pins this time. So it looks just like a pin. See that little flat part on the end? Okay. And you just take your heart bead. You can see I have stuff stuck in these. Let's see if I have any that aren't. No? And just put your heart on here and let it come down to the bottom. Bend that over like we did before so it's in that nice L shape. We're going to cut a lot of it off and just leave about a ½ inch there, maybe ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch, probably about like a half. You can save this piece if you want, because you can make another pin out of it. Not another head pin, but now I don't have that bent at a nice L there, so I'm going to go ahead and bend it down a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going to rotate that around. I'm not going to close it yet. You can see it's still open. And we're going to hook that on to our hopefully it's not too fat to go through the chain. I didn't check it. Let me get the other tool here. If it's a little too close, it will be hard to get on the there we go. Once you're on, go ahead and wrap that closed. And once again, you want it to be pretty tight against the post here, or tucked down into the bead if you can. Okay, now we need one more with a heart on it. So I have another one here with a these are misshapen beads. They're not broken, they're just, they have a misshape in the base. That's why I got them so cheap. Now this one, I have a post stuck in it. Okay. This one doesn't look as misshapen as that one. Find your next head pin. Oh, over here. I got glue on my fingers. Sorry about that. And let's make our L over here. Leave 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. And you put that on your little chain. And tuck that in close to the post. And there you have another little dangle. That will go on your, it'll just hook right on to here. Just like that. So let's apply our flour. And then we will have used up our whole hour. I'm just using these Ofray. It was a 6-piece velvet with a, I got it at Walmart with a little pearl, fake pearl, faux pearl in the center. I didn't use the sticky back that's on it. I just peeled that off. And I went ahead and ran this all the way around. A little in the center. And then I attached it right here on the corner. Oh. Once you get it down and you're done getting all the ickies out of your ribbon, okay, then you want to set it aside and let it dry. But there we are, 2 pretty dangles to go in our book. And I will make another one. There's one. And here is the other. So there we go. Okay, I will put the first part of this together with this one, and you'll have one whole hour's worth of video instead of just 37 minutes. And thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow, where we will be working on our journaling cards and making pockets to go with them. Okay? Well, we'll see you tomorrow then. Bye-bye for now.